I don't even like calling my supporters fans. I just like calling them my supporters. I want all my supporters to be present for everything, man. So y'all can say that y'all been there, and
oh, we fans, family.
fans. Yeah, man. I just like everything. I just try to, man, keep everything organic, man, and like just.
That's like I told you yesterday, dude. We've been waiting on this shit.
Killer. No. Kilo. Yeah. The envy. Live in the studio. Yeah.
You already know what time it is.
I see you train.
Let's
the
get
envy.
it.
P. The envy. Yeah. The envy. P. The envy. P. They envy me. Cause I'm MVP. We got the news straight from the source. We got the tea. Yeah, we got the tea. We on the field. We on the court. We in the street. Yeah, we in the street. The MVP. The MVP. They envy me. Cause I'm MVP. Yeah, we got the news straight from the source. We got the tea. Yeah, we got the tea.
What is up, world? You are tuned in to the MVP show. If you listening, the most valuable podcast.
Fireworks.
Here with your host, your boy Coach Key.
Got that shit.
My man Train.
We got that shit.
We got my man's G behind the
Damn
ones
man.
and two.
You're.
And like I told y'all, we was gonna bring back some royalty.
Mister.
We blessed right now with
Mister.
the presence of Freeport's own Gerald McClellan Jr. Cuz, say what's up to the people.
Hey, how y'all doing, man? How y'all doing, man? Glad to be here.
Man. Already. Now look, man, this episode 9, man. Last episode 8, we took y'all to Milwaukee for a little bit. We got y'all a little bit of that playoff experience. See how it felt up there. But we not even really worried about that right now.
Nah, man. Nah.
We worried about the task at hand. You feel me?
We have
Um,
an heir to the throne.
You hear me?
We have an heir to the throne. We always talk about royalty.
Man.
We have an actual heir to
Hey,
the
y'all see
throne.
this glove I got on, right? His daddy wore this glove and knocked somebody out in it, too.
Man.
I probably ain't gonna take it off the whole show. I ain't even capping.
Let's get it.
Man, let's dive into it, though. First and foremost, cuz, how do you describe yourself? Who are you?
Me, Gerald McClellan Jr. I'm a person, man. Just like everybody else, man. I ain't perfect. I got my flaws to me. I'm a work in progress, man. I'm a family man, father, husband, man. I'm a son, nephew, little brother, older brother. Yeah, hey, hometown hero. I'm just a person that's trying to get everything right, man. Take one thing at a time, and I'm truly blessed, man.
Man, go ahead and pull that mic till you get comfortable, man. Pull that mic till you get comfortable. Get comfortable. You home, baby. You home. You home.
Hey, it's good to be home, man. Cause I was just gone for about a month and a half, man. During training camp, man, over there in the Virgin Islands, man, with legendary trainer, which is my trainer now, man. We family now, man. You're like a second father, man. 3-time middleweight world champion Julian Jackson.
Yeah.
And that experience right there, man, was life changing, man. I'm just blessed, man.
Two things. First, before you go any deeper, first, you say Julian Jackson, a man that your father beat 2 times.
Yep.
By knockout.
Yep.
How did that relationship, you started to tell me off camera.
Yeah.
I told you you gotta stop.
Yeah.
How did that relationship start?
Alright, so, okay. After my first professional fight, my pro debut, that was back in 21, December 18th. I scored a 3rd round TKO knockout. Through the body too, man. I picked that up from my father, man, to the body. So after that, I was like, listen, man, I'm finna get on the grind, man. I'm finna be hitting up people, man, big promotional companies, man, and, just shooting my shot, man, just, telling them, my story, man. Hey, listen, man, I'm pro now. I ain't, signing nobody. I ain't got no management team or nothing, man. Just me, my coach at the time, and, the gym. And, I'm ready. What up? So I'm sending that to Top Rank, Golden Boy Promotions, Mayweather Promotions, man. I'm sending it to all the big heads, man, you know, in their inbox, man. I'm talking, I'm shooting my shot, man. So, you know, now I know, you know, none of these people probably like say Roy Jones Jr. or Sugar Shane Mosley or Oscar De La Hoya, you know, I know none of these people actually, you know, runs their social media page, man. So, you know, ain't nobody bite back, nobody at all. Now, I reached out to Julian Jackson on Instagram. Reached out to him. And by the way, that idea was my cousin's, man, Seneca Kaysen, man. Shout out to Seneca Kaysen. You know, he like a big brother, man, you know, like a mentor, man. You know, he's always in my ear, you know, keep me on the right path, man, you know, stuff like that, man. So he's like, man, cuz, listen, you know what you need to do, man. You know what'd be great, man. You know what'd be crazy as far as your story. Reach out to man, Julian Jackson. I said, yeah. He said, I'm telling you, reach out to him, man, and just let him know, man, you pro now, man. What's up, man? You know, he'd be more than happy to, you know, assist you on your journey, man. I said, you know what? He's like, man, hey, most you can do is, you know, say nah.
Straight up.
I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I did that. Shot in his inbox. Hey, I'm Gerald McClellan Jr. Just coming off a fresh TKO knockout pro debut, man. Woo. He bit back. He was like, you know what? It's a blessing, man. You know, God has, you know, put us in tune with each other, man. You know, and you just happen to reach out to me, man. You know, I still got a good relationship with your dad, man. You know, I done reached out to Lisa and talked to Lisa, man, a few times, man, before. So I made a decision, man. I'll be happy to assist you and, you know, help you grow, you know, on your pro career, man. So now his son, Julius Jackson, you know, he was a pro. He now is my manager, and his dad trains me. So, you know, we created a family, man, like, and we rock it, man.
Already. All right, so let's go back to the beginning. Like you in a room full of people who don't know who you is.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Born and raised, family, your roots. What? You were born here in Freeport?
Nah, I got a lot of roots here, but I wasn't born in Freeport. Like, I was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. But you know, it's crazy. Like, I haven't lived there like that long, man. Like my mother had 8 kids, 7 boys and 1 girl. So my mother's from Chicago. You know, she got, like, you know, all her roots is there. You know, and all my older siblings is born in Chicago. So, you know, my mother, she will always, you know, live one place, pack up, move, you know, whenever she decided, you know, I guess whenever she got bored or whatever, and move somewhere else. Like, she just a rolling stone, just kept on moving to different places. I done lived in Wisconsin, I done lived in Chicago, I done lived in Georgia, I done lived in Iowa, I done lived a lot of places, you know, throughout the Midwest. But as far as my stomping ground, you know, where I was raised, where I jumped off the porch and, like, learned a lot of life lessons, man, bumped my head a lot, man, it's Freeport. So I give credit to 815, man. This is my home. This is what I'm going to keep on coming to, and, you know, showing my appreciation to, you know, the people that's here that love and support my career. Man, I love y'all, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Cause I told you, the city been jumping. The city been jumping. I went to the first fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about, it was all Freeport. I think I said off camera, it was a high school reunion. You feel me? It was all Freeport. I know the second fight, that was in Vegas. I ain't got no Vegas money right now. But I bought that pay-per-view, and I know a lot of people in Freeport bought it. So I know the town completely jumping. So, but speaking of Freeport, your family, you got a whole lot of family in Freeport. Man. I think some of everybody might be related to you.
Man.
Huh?
Yeah, hey, listen, like, okay, so my mother got a little bit of family down here, man. Just a little bit. Like I said, all her family, like in Chicago or whatever. But my father's side, man, I got so many people down, so many kinfolk down here, like, it's all love, and it's always been love, man. Like, even as a shorty growing up, man, like, you know, everybody yeah, you know, I'm your cousin, man. I'm like, man,
Maybe
you my cousin for real? You just saying that?
That'd be extra quick.
I'm like, man, you my cousin for real? You just saying that, man. I'm like, yeah, I know your dad, man. Like, listen, I've had so many stories about my father, man. Like, man, you know your dad, like good and bad, man. You know, for the most part, man, good, man. You know your dad, you know. He did this, he did that, man. You know, I used to watch him, man. I got a lot of his fights on cassette, and like, you know, just, you know, he always, you know, shout out to my dad, man. You know, the things he did, man. You know, he made sure he gave his kids something to look up to, man, and something to be proud of, man. Straight. And then, you know, that's where I'm at with it right now, man. I'm just, you know, trying to give my sons and my daughters, you know, something to look up to.
Already. So high school, you go to high school up here?
Mm-hmm.
Did you graduate?
Nah, I didn't actually.
What was your last grade?
I dropped out in the 11th grade. I dropped out in the 11th grade because, well, my last grade up here was the 10th, and then I actually got out of juvenile. I did a little time in juvenile because, like I said, I was a handful when I was younger, man. So I had got in trouble, and I had went to DOC, man, for juveniles. And when I got out, my mother, she had sent me to Madison, Wisconsin, with my older brothers, and was like, "Listen, man, I just want you to finish school, man. Just do that for me, man. If you don't do nothing else, just finish school for me, man." So I went up there with my older brothers in Madison, and I did about a half a year, man. Like I did like a half. I ain't gonna lie. I did not like school because I always had a problem with authority, man. I always had a problem with somebody telling me what to do, man. So, but hey, look.
Feel it though.
I was just gonna ask, would you change any now that where you at now? Would you change anything from the high school years then?
I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was just one instance, man. I was out of school at the time. Like, you know, I think I was probably like 18. I was about like 18, and I'd never forget, man. I was standing on the block, man. Me and like probably like a good 10 of my homies, man. We was and then my little cousin, Tremel Gaines, man.
Shout out cuz.
Yeah, shout out to Tremel, man. He pulled up in a stretch. He pulled up in a stretch. I want to say stretch Hummer, man. And he got out. Him and his classmates got out. You know, they had their little dates with him, man. When I say he was so sharp, man, I'm talking about, hey, he was sharp. So he got out, had the suit on, man. And he was like, "Yeah, cuz, look at me, man. Yeah, man." I was like, damn. I ain't gonna lie. My mama, she came out. She had a picture. Wait. Let me take a picture. Of all y'all. So, hey, look, like it was like she was rubbing it in, man. Cause I ain't going. See, Gerald? Hey, she said, hey. Then my mama was so funny. She said, "See, Gerald? Now, hey, in the middle of taking pictures.
Yep.
See, Gerald? Now this could have been you. Now this now I'm supposed to graduate like probably like 2 years ago, post to." And she was like, "See, now this could have been you. Look at him. He's sharp, ain't he?" I'm like, "Come on, man."
Straight up.
But I was genuinely happy for him though. Like, but you know, as far as regretting, like
Rick James,
man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, at that point in time right there, I wish I had went to prom, man. I wish I had went to prom.
Alright.
But you know, now, you know, I live a life with no regrets, man. You know, like, you know, everything happened for a reason. Everything happened how it's supposed to happen, how it played out.
Yeah. You said, all right, so we're going to move more into your adult life then. You said you got kids. How many kids you got?
Man. Hey, listen, I got a whole football team.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got hey, listen, I got a whole football team, man. Hey, man, I got, to be exact, man, I got 11 kids, man.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole
I got 11 kids, man. And like me, okay, so like I come from a big family, man. So, like I said, my mother got 8 kids, 7 boys and 1 girl. Now, I got five boys and 6 girls. And like, being
That's crazy.
being a parent, man, like, is one of my greatest accomplishments, man, because, like, just to see the growth in each kid individually, man, is just, you know, this kid might do something that I used to do when I was younger. This kid might have my likeness, my personality, man. This kid might talk like me. This kid might be mean like me, man. This kid, like, it's like, and I know I got like 10 different people living in my head, man. So I guess, you know, all these 10 different people, personalities that's in my head, like, is like, they've been transferred to each kid, man. But my son, man, shout out to my son Malik, man, that's my twin, man. I love him to death, man. Like, he's 17, man. He give me a run for my money, man. He give me a headache, man, but he also make me proud every day, because, like, the level of, you know, knowledge and understanding that I put into him, you know, that nobody put into me.
Straight. Yep.
You know,
Yep.
like, cause like
Exactly what's about.
the unfortunate accident happened when I was like 7 years old back in '95. So, you know, it was like I had that male father figure. You know, my dad, you know, ripped from me. And, you know, when I got of age, probably like 13, 14, you know, it was just the streets. And, you know, I had to do a lot of, correcting, I bumped my head a whole lot, man, without nobody, you know, being right there to be like, man, listen, man, do this, do that, like, do this way, you know, versus, you know, I know for a fact that my father would have loved to have been there, you know, and do those things. And I still go to him for advice right now. You know, before each fight, I call him and he say, man, listen, man, you got this. You know, I'm gonna be uploading the footage too, man, of each conversation that I had with him, man, on both of my fights, man. But yeah, so like my son, I give him the game on everything, on cut no corners with anything, like, whether it's with females, whether it's with school, whether it's with life in general, whether it's with, you know, his peers, you know, tell him not to be no follower, man. Like, you know, just, you know, be organic, man. Just, you know, be yourself. Don't never, you know, fall victim to and, you know, sometimes we do, man. You know, like I said, everybody ain't perfect. I ain't perfect, man. I've done a lot of wrong. I done made a lot of wrong decisions, man. So, you know, but at the same time, every wrong decision, you know, I done learned the lesson up out of it, man. Right. So I try to, you know, just learn a lesson out of each situation, man, good or bad. Right. Like, if it's a situation that, you know, is going good, I always be like, okay, what could have went wrong? Or if it's a situation that's, you know, went wrong, I'd be like, okay, man, what good could have came out of this? So, you know, I'm a big thinker, man. I stay thinking. Sometimes I overthink.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right, so we're going to play a quick little game before I jump into a little bit more of some more serious stuff, all right?
Yeah.
We call this game Facts or Cat.
Facts or Cat?
Facts or Cat.
Okay.
All right? It's our version of true or false. I'm going to make some statements. You got to tell me, is they true, facts, or is they false? Cat. Mm-hmm. All right? Floyd Mayweather, the greatest of all time.
The greatest or one of the greatest?
The.
T-H-E-E.
2 E's on that joint.
Facts.
Facts?
Facts.
I feel it.
Facts.
Why?
Okay, so now you gotta understand, I'm coming from a different standpoint, man. You know, this is like I live boxing. Like, even when I was, you know, had one foot in the streets and one foot in the ring, like, I'm still, like, my body's, like, physically there. Like, I know what it means to go to the gym for hours at a time and, like, train your heart out, man, and, get in the ring and, you know, receive the bloody lips and the noses and the black eyes and give them, you know. I know, you know, I done got blood, sweat, and tears in this, man, and years in this. So, you know, I've been boxing since I was 16 years old, man. I'm 33 right now. So, like, as far as, like, this is not coming, this opinion is not coming from a spectator's, you know, standpoint.
Yeah.
Right.
I've been in the ring so long.
Skin in the game.
Yeah, so you know, if for instance, prime example, if a person, Floyd's style, first off, Floyd is not a brawler. He's not a puncher. He's a boxer. Most boxers are technical, man. You know they want to dance around, and they're real defensive. Now he's really good offensive, but he's really defensive too. Now see, people get mad and they be like, oh man, he running, or he don't like to engage in the middle of the ring and go blow for blow. Man, listen, man, like, you wanna have longevity, man, in this sport, man. Like you don't want to retire, man, with Parkinson's disease, man, rest in peace, Muhammad Ali. You don't want to, retire, with brain damage, man, anything like that, man. Like, look at my father, man. You don't want to retire like that, man. You want to retire, man, and still be able to wiggle, man, all 10 toes and all 10 fingers, man.
Right.
So, and Floyd knows that, man. And I respect him for that, man. So, he take his defensive, like real serious, man. So, the object of the game is to hit and not get hit.
Yeah.
And he executed that.
So that perfect. Yeah.
That's why call him the GOAT, man.
All right, I got another one for you. All right, Tyson Fury is top 5 heavyweights all time.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Because look what he doing. He ain't lost. Look what he doing. He. Listen, ain't nobody right now that's heavyweight has been able to beat him. He's beaten with the last 10 years, he's beaten all the great heavyweights.
So he disrupted all the hype.
Man.
He disrupted all the hype. Like, because it was supposed to be Joshua, Wilder, and there was another cat. But
Man,
he disrupted all that.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, at first I wasn't a fan of him.
Me either.
Yeah.
But after he beat Wilder like that, man, hey, I almost cried. Because Wilder was like, he was supposed to be the hero. He's supposed to be the underdog in the situation, man. Like,
rise above. He was supposed to rise above it all.
Man, but he got in there and he fought Fury fight, man. He got in there. He wasn't boxing, man. He wanted to slug it out. And when you run out of gas, when that gas tank run out of gas, man, like, it's only so much you can do. That's why you got to preserve yourself. Conditioning is the best thing, man. It's the best. It's the best thing that you can, work on is conditioning. Your conditioning, then your defense, then your offense. Because you can have the best offense, but if you ain't got no gas in the tank, you gas out, man, what can you do?
All right. Give me who is your favorite current boxer right now?
Current, I ain't gonna lie to you. Javante is an animal. Javante, I like Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia, man, he is really overrated to me.
No,
he's overrated.
I thought he was going the opposite way too.
Me too. The way he cooked it up.
Yeah. Here's what you call. He has the ultimate hype behind him, man.
Yeah, fact.
Yeah.
He has.
Fact.
They build it. Golden Boy Promotions is building him up to be the next De La Hoya.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you can see that.
But like as far as celebrity and stardom wise, he got it. But one thing that you can't compare him with De La Hoya. De La Hoya was a fighter. De La Hoya was a warrior.
It's a different. Yeah. I mean,
he was a warrior.
I blame. You can blame social media for
that.
Yeah, for that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like who else? Jared Ennis, they call him Boots. Dog. Don't nobody want to see him like dog. Like Errol Spence. Bud. Now, before y'all even ask me that, if y'all gonna ask me that, I'm going to ask Bud.
As far as what?
As far as Errol Spence Jr. and Bud.
We can cross that one off the list.
I'm going, Bud, man. Look, hold on now. Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah.
Dog. I had the opportunity to, and I'm not just saying this because
you watched his recent fight.
my fight was Friday and his fight was on a Saturday. Now I didn't get to catch live in person. I didn't get to catch his fight, but I went to his after party, his victory party afterwards. And but a few months ago, I had the opportunity to go out there to Houston, to H-Town, and go to J Prince Boxing Gym and train alongside of Shakur Stevenson and my right hand man's man, my little brother man, Anton Cobb man. He next up man. He got it man. He got it.
All right. I got one more Facts of Cat for you, but we're gonna save it till after the break.
Okay.
We're gonna come right back, y'all. This is the MVP show. Stay tuned in.
Indeed, man. Indeed.
All right, y'all. Welcome back. This is the MVP show. If you're listening, the most valuable podcast. We back here with our special guest, Freeport royalty, Gerald McClellan Jr. Now, when we just left off, I had one more Facts of Cat for him, and this one was important to me because on our last interview, we had Yancey here, and we asked him a question to kind of feed into this one, and we asked him a question along the lines of, if Gerald McClellan Sr. hadn't got injured, would he have had a greater impact on the world of boxing? Now, I played you the clip because you listened to it. We got your reaction off cam. I want to ask you the same question. Would your father have had a greater impact on boxing and had he not got injured? And do you agree or disagree with what Yancey had to say?
Okay.
I don't want to put it in that context. He doesn't have to agree or disagree.
No. I kind of look I agree. I agree completely because y'all seen like when y'all asked me off camera, and I gave y'all what I had said, and y'all was like, "That's the same thing Yancey said."
Exact same thing.
So I agree with him. Now to piggyback off of what Yancey said, like everything he said was facts. Everything he said, like now my father was arrogant, man. And I get that. I inherited that arrogance from him. Now, I would say arrogant to a degree that I have a little bit more humility in me because of where I've been, where my father haven't been, due to the choice making and the mistakes I've made in the past. Like, I did time. I did 7.5 years in federal prison. So that right there in itself will humble you. Right. That will humble you, man. Being away from your loved ones, your kids, your family members, like it's basically like the world like is on stand. It's like your world is on standstill, but the outside world is still spinning, still going by. Right. And that right there will humble you, man. That is a slice of humble pie, man, I know what that tastes like, man. So, like I said, like that right there humbled me in a sense to where I go by certain things differently, as far as thinking wise, as far as doing wise, as far as being, humble, out the ring, now in the ring, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm an arrogant motherfucker, man. He was too. He was in and out the ring. I am in and out the ring, but, I'm gonna say, nothing really humbled him, to the point where, we're early on in his career. Now, like Yancey said, now later on in his career, if he would have kept going, he would have been more humble, man, because, we get, life humbles us,
reality check.
With time. Life humbles us, with time. So, by Roy, my dad is in his 50s, Roy is in his 50s, so right now, Roy was real arrogant in his career. Yeah. And I want to say after, he done tasted, defeat and hit that canvas a few times, man, that's what, made him humble.
The humility settled.
Yeah. So, my dad would have been more humbled, you know, as his career progressed.
Already.
But you know his career was cut short, you know, due to the tragedy, you know, in '95. So
yeah. All right, so that'd have been a facts then for us.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Facts. All right, so let's dive in a little bit. All right, let's talk about before the injury.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what do you got any memories? You know what I mean? Anything?
Oh man, I got a shitload of memories, man, with my father, man.
Yeah.
Do tell.
Man, listen, man.
Do
Look,
tell.
from just like my dad had expensive taste, man. You know, and look, you able to do with your money what you want to do with your money because it's your hard-earned money, man.
Yeah.
He like I said, man, he put his I put my blood, sweat, and tears into the gym, man, into what I'm doing, man. The countless hours in the gym, man. The blood, man. The soreness of the body, man. The next day from waking up, man, from a crazy workout session, man. Like all that, man. So at the end of the day, we prize fighters, man. There's a prize at the end of the day of what we doing, man. We rewarded that prize, man. So. And the prize is not only the money, man. It's not that. It's not only the money. The prize, man, could be, just the recognition, man. People recognizing the fact that, we didn't work hard, man, and we didn't put ourselves out there, man. For people, to see and like. At the end of the day, once we win the fight, we want to, celebrate any type of way we can. Come back, see friends, family, man. Buy a new car, buy a house, buy a mama a house, man. Just any type of thing, man. So. Like one of the memories that I could remember with my dad was like he had a lot of cars, man. He loved cars. 5.0, Corvette, BMW, all his cars. I done rode in all his cars, man. Like I would be shotgun, in his car, in the passenger seat with my seatbelt on, man. At the tender age of 6-7 years old, man. And, he liked to drive fast, man. Not too fast, with me in the car, but enough, fast enough to let me know at a young age that this was a foreign thing that I was doing, man. So, he would always he would switch cars like he would switch clothes. So, he riding around, in his neighborhood, in the community, man, pulling up to the park, man. Everybody out there, me and him. We were always, dressed like twins, man. He would always dress me like him. That's one of the things I never forget. If he had on a basketball jersey, I had same basketball jersey, same shoes. And man, he had, look, and I hate it to this day, he had that old school 90s bowl cut fade, man. I had to have it. Every time he got it, I got it, man. Man, like I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a '90s thing, man.
I think that was a Warrior thing, man. Honestly,
man.
I think that was a Warrior thing.
The racetrack, man. He had a few race cars, man. He had a few race cars that he put a lot of money into. And, he'd go to the racetrack and he'd be racing. Man, I remember going on trips with him, man. Going to Vegas with him, training camp, man, him preparing for the fight. I just recently shared a picture on my social media, man, where I was about like 6-7 years old, man. I was sitting on his lap while he was in the gym, man. Somebody took a picture of that, man, an old picture. It's a lot of old pictures of, man, floating around the internet, man, with me and him when I was young. We was in the gym together, so. Yeah. I remember all that shit.
So then, the injury happens. You in Illinois when it happened. You not Illinois, but you in the United States when it happened. Right?
Yeah, I didn't go to that fight, man. I was my mother was living in Madison, Wisconsin, and that's where I was at the time. And I just, and that day I just remember, like, you know, because it was on TV. I guess, you know, they had ordered or whatever. But, like, I'll never forget, man, with so many people in the house, I guess because, you know, they was watching the fight or whatever. And I just remember everybody crying, man. Like, everybody was crying, like, you know. And I was like, man, I'm just like, I'm literally going from room to room to room with, like, the whole house was packed. It was like, you know, nowadays, you know, just like everybody just ordered my fight. Everybody had watch parties and stuff. So, you know, I'm guessing it was, you know, that same type of deal back then.
Right.
So, like, I'm going to each room to room, like, everybody just looking sad and crying. I'm like, what the hell going on, man? Why everybody so sad? So I remember, you know, my mama had pulled me up, man. She was like, yeah, you know, I'm sure your dad, you know, he got hurt in his last fight. She crying. I'm like, what you mean? Like I ain't really understand it. She was like, man, what you mean hurt? I'm just a kid. I'm just listening. She's like, yeah, your dad, you know, he got hurt. You know, he in the hospital right now. You know, we're gonna go see him. You know, he got hurt. And I still didn't, you know, comprehend. I still didn't understand. But reality set in. You know, when so he was in. The last fight was in London, England. So he was in London in a coma for about 11 days. Then after he got out the coma or whatever, you know, they sent him to Milwaukee. So he was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So, you know, Milwaukee and Madison is probably like 45 minutes away from each other. So I remember me and my mother, you know, we'd be getting on the bus and on the Greyhound and going to go see him in the hospital. So, you know, at like 7 years old, man, just, you know, seeing my father, man, in the bed, man, you know, hooked up to machines and, you know, he can't talk, you know, he got, you know, tubes, you know, coming out his throat, you know, hooked up to all these machines and stuff like that, man, like, I mean, like, that'll leave you shell shocked, man. You'd be like, what the fuck is this, man? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you know, so that right there, you know, played, like, you know, he can't talk to me, I can't, you know, he couldn't respond, you know, he can't see, like, it was just, you know, so that right there, like, changed my whole life. Like, there was no, you see, my mother and my father, you know, they wasn't together. You know, they had a good relationship with each other, but they wasn't together, bro. So, you know, there was, you know, up until that point right there, you know, he would come get me holidays, birthdays for the summer. You know, he was real hands-on as a father, man. So, but after that though, like, all that done, all that stopped. So, you know, I mean, from that then, like, you know, you know, a lot changed, a whole lot, especially my behavior in school.
Yeah.
Like that right there, like, you know, cause I got, you know, cause I got sons that's around that age right now, man. I got a baby Gerald, he the third. I got baby Gerald, he 11, and then my son Gino, he 10. They 13 months apart. Like, you know, if I was to be ripped from their life, like right now, you know, who's to be there, you know, to be hard on them, to get on them, you know.
Yeah. Things you need as a young man growing up in this world.
Before we move forward, but two things from that, man. That situation in general is very impactful to this community as well.
Yeah.
Because me and Key, while we was sitting back planning for the show the other day, we watched the Fight of Their Lives on YouTube and whatnot.
Yeah.
And Barley was on there. Your Aunt Lisa was on there. And just to see them on there. But on top of that, I had watched that documentary a few years back with my cousins Fonzie and Avery. They made me stop the documentary because they couldn't sit there and watch it.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to highlight, but because just when this community has something to really lean on, it's probably one of the strongest communities, man, that we'll ever see. You know what I'm saying? So the things you're doing right now, we're gonna rally around you, bro, because we know the passion, we know the drive, we know the journey. You know what I'm saying, that you're on right now. So we applaud that shit.
Thank you.
Once again. So
Thank you.
just keep going, man, because what was behind him gonna be even greater for you.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
so
that.
just keep going, for real.
Appreciate that.
Go ahead.
No, that's perfect. Alright, so about the injury, there's a couple theories around. First of all, I've heard, like, when I was a kid, I know one of the biggest ones, somebody tried to poison him or something. Then there was other ones where it was, Don King had to fix in this or that and this. Do you believe in any of them? Was this just a freak accident?
Man, like, I want to say, like, nowadays, the conspiracy theories are, like, at an all-time high.
Yes.
And that's, like, just with everything, with the government, with, just with sports. They say sports is rigged. They, I've heard, in the NBA, I've heard that there's a magnet in the ball.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard so many.
Yeah.
Hey, I've heard so many things, man. Like, so, like, with that right there, like, I've heard so many different stories, man. I've heard that the mouthpiece was drugged. I've heard, like, and make no mistake about it, man. It is a fact. It is a fact that the mouthpiece was never recovered, never found after the fight.
Facts.
I mean, hey.
They have a whole Sports Illustrated article documenting everything you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. And the person that was there in my dad's, part of my dad's entourage, like, even said that the fucking mouthpiece vanished. Like, we don't know what happened. We don't know where it's at. And then I heard the water bottle, was, something was in there. I've heard, he had a falling out with Don King, and Don King orchestrated, the whole, plan to, do some shady shit, like, and in the boxing world, everybody pretty much knows that, back then Don King was an untouchable motherfucker, man. Like, he was not to be played with, man. So, like I said, like, it's so many different versions of, what could have happened, what might have happened that night, man. Like, we will, like, on the outside looking in, we will never know, only the people, who had something to do with it would know. So, I mean, but, like, I could, like, I go crazy, man, if I try to, like, sit back and try to figure that one night out, like, of why, my life was altered as a kid.
Yeah.
So, like I said, man, me as a man right now, like, I'm so different. Like, my mind is so complex, and the way my mind works is like, man, like, I don't hold no grudges. I don't, like, because you can't hold no grudge moving forward into the future, man. Like, if you dwell on the past, man, you're gonna paralyze your future, man. You ain't gonna have no future. You gotta let go of things. Like a lot of my family members, like, they, like, as far as on my father's side, my aunties and them, my cousins, they can't even watch that last fight, man. They can't even watch it. Me, I ain't gonna lie, I watched it a million times. Like, I study them, like, so, like, that's, like, who my style is like, man. So, I, like, don't none of it, like, do nothing to me, like, so.
Already. Alright, before we end this segment, I'm gonna play another little game with you.
Yep.
Okay? It's start, bench, cut. Okay?
Start, bench, and cut?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you 3 options. You gotta start one of these options, you gotta bench one of these options, you gotta cut one. Okay. Alright? We're gonna start off with boxing movies. Okay? Ali, Creed, $1 Million Baby. Start one, bench one, cut one.
It was Rocky Balboa, wasn't it?
Nah, I took him out.
Yeah.
Nah, I put Creed in there.
I feel it. I'm okay with that.
Hey, shout out to Creed, man. I gotta start that one, man. Cause, like, Creed is like, it's like my life is like the real live Creed, because, like, like,
that's why I explained it.
my father, he beat Julian Jackson twice. Took his belt from him in the first fight, and then the rematch he beat him again. Now, that tragedy happened with my father. you know, and my father, you know, wasn't able to, you know, be hands-on with me as far as, you know, as far as like me taking up a career in boxing. So, his nemesis, man, like, you know, his rival, Julian Jackson, you know, took me in up under his wing, and like now we doing something that's unheard. We doing something that's so great, man. Like the chemistry between us two is like we've been working together for years, and that's due to, you know, two individuals wanting the same outcome, wanting the same thing, and you know their energy is matching, and you know, which is good positive energy just flowing. That's like me and him is like 50 Cent and a Dr. Dre beat, man. Like the chemistry.
Combo, ain't it?
Hey man, listen, the chemistry is so crazy, man. Like the chemistry is so crazy. Like it's like the first thing that he said to me was when I walked into his gym was, "Champ, I see it in you. Give me 100% of you, and I'm gonna give you 100% of me, and we're gonna do great things." And from the moment he said that, man, I knew it was real. I had goosebumps. I knew it was real, and I wanted to give this man my everything. I knew he was gonna give it. He was gonna give me nothing less than his everything. So, Creed, I would say Creed. I'm starting. You say $1 Million Baby
and Ali.
All three stories are like underdog stories that's like coming from nothing and rising to something. So
I put them together for a reason.
Man, you did that, man. You did that. I'm gonna say, okay, the reason why I started Creed because it represents me, the father, what happened to him, his son, and the son being trained by the guy who beat his father. But reverse, but you know. So Creed first, because that's me, that's my life. I'm the real life Creed. And Ali second. Ali second because I'm gonna say Ali second because he was a real person and what he went through.
Right.
All the hoops and hurdles he had to jump through and get through on his journey to being great. Me, look at the tragedy that happened to my dad. Then me being raised by the streets, me getting in and out of trouble with the law, me doing 7.5 years in federal penitentiary, me being continuously counted out. People said I wasn't gonna do this, people said I wasn't gonna do that. I fought my second professional fight, live on pay-per-view in Vegas at the Virgin Hotel, man.
Straight.
In front of thousands, a big crowd.
Yep.
So, you know, a lot of people counted Ali out, man. A lot of people counted me out. So Ali second. And then $1 Million Baby.
$1 Million Baby getting cut. I might have to cut.
She can't even get watched. I might have to take that. I just.
But great movie though. I ain't like great movie.
I just
Great movie. Hey, listen, look, great movie, but I ain't like how it ended though.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up. True story though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yep. True story.
I swear I ain't never know that.
Yep. True story.
You just put me on. I ain't know that.
All right, I got one more star bench cut for you.
Okay.
You get to sign with a promotion. Okay.
Mm.
You got to pick out of these three.
Okay.
Golden Boy, Top Rank, Mayweather Promotions.
Start
one, bench one, cut one.
I'm gonna start with Golden Boy. And the reason why Golden Boy because
I was shocked.
the reason why Golden Boy because they, not to say that the other two don't care about their fighters, but okay, so Golden Boy is Bernard Hopkins and Oscar De La Hoya together. They both business partners. I've heard them say in an interview, yeah, we care about our fighters, man. You know, we would like to start seeing our fighters, you know, have their self like set up to where after, you know, they're not boxing, you know, they have something, man. You know, we teach our fighters, you know, how to invest and, you know, how to be financially stable, you know, and this and that. So basically, like they teaching their fighters, you know, more than what fighters have been taught in the past. You know, like, okay, for instance, back in the day, Don King, man, and my coach Julie, you know, he would tell me about Don King because he was another one of Don King fighters, man. He would tell me, man, Don King messed him out of millions of dollars, man. Like, you know, Don King, like the way he did it, the way he,
shiesty, man.
Yeah, the way he, and you know, he messed my father up out of millions, man, and Tyson and a few other people. So like, you know, he would like, you know, go to boys teaching, you know, their fighters, you know, how to manage themselves instead of depending on somebody else. So I would go with Golden Boy first, and then I would go with Top Rank. The reason why I say Top Rank second because, you know, Top Rank, you know, they gonna give you, you know, that platform to showcase your skill.
Honestly, yep.
They will. Now Mayweather cut because Mayweather, they like not to take anything away from Mayweather camp, but like, you know, Mayweather, you know, is so crowded.
Right.
Everybody wants to be with Mayweather Promotions. Everybody. So, okay, me, myself, I'm my own brand, Gerald McClellan Jr., S.O.G. S.O.G. stands for son of Gerald or son of G-Man, you know, either or. But if I'm my own brand, if I got my own following, my own support system, everything, all that, I don't need to go to a major company like Mayweather to get his fans and get his approval and get his stamp to have them fans. Because I got my own. Now, if I go over there and I sign with him and say he got about like 60-something fighters in his stable, which I think he damn near do. Like, I ain't gonna be special. I ain't gonna, you know, ain't no spotlight gonna be shedded on me because everybody fighting for that light over there.
Right.
Everybody.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, I wouldn't be a priority. Basically, that's why I gotta bend. But that's why I gotta cut them. I wouldn't be a priority.
All right. Before we take this break, your favorite sport outside of boxing?
It's a toss-up between football, basketball, man.
You got a favorite athlete?
Bron.
Bron?
Bron.
Mm-hmm.
Bron, man.
Something to say.
Bron.
I knew he
Hey,
had
look,
something to say.
hey, you know, he Kobe. You know, he a Kobe fan. Hey, rest in peace. Rest in peace to the GOAT. Rest in peace to the GOAT, man. I feel like they pushed each other, though.
Yeah,
I feel like they pushed each other, man.
They did.
They pushed each other real heavy, man. Like, you know, LeBron will always be in this. Okay, look. Tell me if y'all agree about this. Kobe will always be in the shadows of Jordan. And LeBron will always be in the shadows of Kobe.
Agreed. Especially because he went to LA.
So,
yeah. Agreed.
All right, y'all. We're going to take this quick break. We're going to be right back. This is the MVP show.
I'll leave it alone.
What is up, world? Welcome back to the MVP show. If you're listening, the most valuable podcast. We still got our guests here, man. Now we talked a little bit about the past, a little bit about your father's injury. Now let's talk about the beginning of your career. Mm-hmm. So, when is the first time you put on some gloves?
He take over.
Man, okay, so I hopped in the gym. Now in the boxing world, this is considered, you know, late. But I hopped in the gym around like 17 years old, 16, 17 years old. Now, mind you, before that, man, I was kicking ass in the streets, man.
I seen it firsthand.
Hey.
I think we've all seen some of that handiwork.
And I mean it.
Hey, listen,
I mean it.
Listen, man, like, I got so many stories, man. Like, cousin, like, man, I was a wild kid, man. Wild teenager, man. We used to do some crazy things, man. Like, I'm talking about brawls. Like, me and my crew, probably like 10, 15 of us, man, versus another 10, 15 people, man. We just in the middle of the street, just, or at the gas station, at the store, you know, on the block, man, or, you know, I remember it was a big fight, man, at the high school, man.
I knew you was about to say homecoming.
At the homecoming parade, man. I don't know.
I remember you was trying. Listen, you was trying to run away and leave, right?
Yeah.
I think the cop must have tripped you or something.
No, a civilian.
Yes, a civilian.
A civilian stuck their leg out.
What? Because, hey, I don't know if you rolled farther or if your shoe went farther. I'm talking about your shoe went.
I had no shirt on. It was just,
man.
It was like, listen, like, it was just so crazy, man. Like, but like, okay, as far as my fighting experience, man, before the ring, like, okay, cause like, you got, okay, this gym that I'm at in Rockford, like, not when I go to training camp, but cause I leave, you know, to get away from everybody and all the distractions, you know, and spend weeks in training camp before the fight. But I can't say we got an off season, but the gym that I'm like at, you know, on the daily in Rockford. Shout out to Coach Sockwell, shout out to Coach Jimmy Goodman over there in Rockford. They start them from like 8, 9 years old, man.
Sure, got to.
Man, when I tell you, man, this place is beautiful when it comes to, you know, the community and the kids and self-discipline and teaching, you know, and just being like a good role model, man, as far as like something for the kids to look forward to after school, go to, you know, and it's like, it's beautiful, man. Like, you don't see this too much, man, you know, in communities, man, but you know, when you got your community that's, you know, positive and got something productive for the kids, for the youth to do, like, out of that, now, you know, champions is made out of that.
Straight.
Champions is made out of that, man. I know you know, you got a background in basketball, man, like, you know, I seen you know, firsthand, you know, at you know, Teddy Burke days, man, you know, at the court, you know, or at the King Center, man, like, you know, working on your craft, man, like, you know, high school basketball games, like, you know, when you got, you know, your inner circle and your community behind you, and making sure that, you know, you stay level-headed and you stay positive, man, you stay on this certain path, you know, the results out of that is endless. The possibilities is endless. Ain't no limits. Ain't no limits at all. You know, when we was younger, you know, we was always, you know, being taught, you know, that, man, the sky's the limit, man. Nah, ain't no limit, man. Ain't no limit at all, man. You know, we are manifestors of our own destiny, man. Like, you know, as a man thinketh, man, you know, so shall he be, man. Like, you know, whatever inner thoughts that you have as a kid, you know, you gotta stay dreaming, man. My message, you know, to the youth and to the younger generation is, man, anything that you have in your mind that you dream of, man, while you in school, you know, while you might not be paying attention to what the teacher telling you, man, you know, in class, man, you might, man, yeah, I'm gonna be a doctor, I'm gonna be a lawyer, or, you know, I'm gonna be a nail technician, man, you know, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that, man. Oh, man, I seen G-Man, man, hey, he making a way, man, yeah, man, I'm gonna be a fighter, man, I'm gonna do this, man. Like, listen, man, there's no age limit on chasing your dream. I don't care what they say, man. Whoever say it, man. There's no limits, man. You cannot, you know, you can look. Only limits there is the limits that we place upon ourselves, man. That's it, man. I ain't never placed no limit upon myself, man. I never told myself, well, I can't do this, man. Like I said, like I'm a cocky person, man. I always said, oh man, I always seen an individual doing something like, man, shit, if he could do it, I know I could do it, man. You know, shit, it wasn't never no, I seen this person do that, man. Man, that look kind of hard. I don't know if I can. Nah, man, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, man. Believe that you can do something, man. And have that positive energy always around you, man. So
he's talking to you.
Straight to you.
I'm definitely talking to y'all, man. Whoever watching this, I'm definitely talking to you, man. Don't never, ever, ever give up on yourself, man. Don't never give up on yourself. I'm 33 years old. Not most people, you know, have the opportunity, the luxury of having a second professional fight on pay-per-view, live TV.
Real.
Like, come on, man. Like, you usually get a pay-per-view fight, and let me see, about 10 to 12 to 15 fights in your career, not your second. And, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I thank God for that, man. You know, I'm humble, man, but I also thank my pops for that, man, because he put the work in. He laid the foundation down for me to, you know, pick up and continue the legacy, man. So.
So, you said you first went to the gym, I guess, around like 16, 17. When did you know, like, all right, I can do this? Right away?
Yeah, right away. Right away.
Yeah.
Right away. Like.
Did you have amateur fights?
Yeah, I probably had like 15 amateur fights, man. But, and like, that's not a lot. That's not a lot. Like I said, you know, they start off in the boxing world, starting off at the right time would be 8, 9, 10 years old. And then, like, by the time you reach 16, 17, 18, you probably got about 80 to 100 fights. Amateur fights.
Yeah.
That's a lot of experience. A lot of experience.
So after you had started though, you said you had went to prison 7.5
Yeah.
years. Then you get out. Is that exactly when the pro
Yeah.
switch happened?
Yep. So I now I was supposed to go pro around 21, 22, and I was on a roll. I was on a streak. I had a nice little streak, a win streak on the amateur side. And like I said, you know, I had 1 foot in the gym and 1 foot in the streets.
Sure.
Now, if you ain't got the right people around you to be like, man, like,
Tripping.
yeah, you tripping, man. Like, you know, you steady want to live this life, man. You know, this, that, man. Like, you know, man, that ain't the way. You know, you typically gonna keep on doing exactly what you're doing, what you used to. So, you know, I ended up catching my Fed case, man, in 2011, man. And, man, when I tell you, man, I was 22 at the time. When I tell you, man, them people, man, took my whole 20s away from me, man. Like, I spent my 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th birthday in there, man.
God damn.
And you know that, like, you know, that was, look, I'm saying now, you know, hindsight is 20/20, man. You know, when you look back on things, man, you know, you see the clarity on, you know, what then happened throughout your life and, you know, whatever, man. So you're able to think and see clear, man. So, you know, me looking back on things now, the feds and that time I did for them, you know, was the best thing that ever happened to me, man, because it humbled me. Like I said, it humbled me. You know, I gained a lot of insight, you know, on a lot of things that I probably would have never gained insight on because I was living that fast life in the streets. So, you know, all it did was just slow things down a bit. Slow things down a bit, educate myself, read plenty of books, have conversations with, you know, different guys all around the world, man, and, you know, just get a grip on life, man. You know, write out plans on what I wanted to do with myself when I got out, man. And this was one of the things that I wanted to do. I wanted to get out and become a light heavyweight champion of the world, man. And I'm on the road to it right now. And ain't nothing gonna stop me. I'm not placing no limitations, age, experience. Like, you know, I'm gaining everything. I'm out to grab everything that I want, man. And I ain't letting nothing stop me.
Already. All right, so let's let's talk about the last fight you just had.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So coming into the fight, what was you training for? What were you looking for? What was you expecting out of the opponent?
Okay, like this. Okay, so my first professional fight, like I didn't have the hard, intense training camp that I just had going into my second fight.
Before you finish, cuz, let me tell you, alright? I was at the first fight, I seen how you looked. I said, man, cuz look ripped up. Boy, I watched that weigh in to that second fight. I turned to Zay, I'm like, hey, that's about 3% body fat right there.
Man, that was...
I'm talking about you see every muscle, fool. My boy is like a sculpture right now.
Bro, that was...
So I know you put the work in.
Man, hey,
So
listen.
walked in today, I felt a little.
Man.
I thought this was my house.
Hey, this,
You have back when he leave.
Listen. You oughta. I'm gonna get to the preparations, but you talk about feeling a little, man. Like after the fight, because it was a star-studded event, man. You know, you had at my fight, man, and I couldn't, man. I'm so blessed, man. Like I couldn't have asked for more, man. Like you know, at that fight, okay, Roy Jones Jr. put on the fight.
Right.
He put on the fight.
That was one thing we felt like that was major. We felt like that was
Shout out Roy.
Shout out Roy, man.
That was real big, man. That we was watching something in the making, and the fact the theme of it was the heir to the throne.
Yeah,
You know
Sons
what
of
I'm saying?
Legends.
Like, that shit was beautiful, bro.
So like okay, at the fight you had, and I met all these people, shook their hand, took pictures with them, had conversations with them, and everything. Sugar Shane Mosley.
Blackie did.
Sugar Shane Mosley Jr., his son. Roy Jones Jr. Chop Chop Corley. Mike Tyson. Who else? Jeff Mayweather. Roger Mayweather and Mayweather Sr.'s younger brother.
Morrison's son.
Oh yeah. Okay. So as far as the sons of the legends who fought on the card, so you got me, Gerald McClellan Jr., son of Gerald McClellan Sr. You had Kinsey Morrison. Kinsey Morrison. That's Tommy Morrison's son.
Major.
You had Hakeem Rockman Jr. Now Hakeem Rockman was there too. He's working his son corner.
Both his sons.
Oh yeah, and both his sons. Man, hey, forgive me, champ, man, but we call him C3. The C stands for the third champion.
Mm.
The third champion of the family, so C3.
Okay.
Roberto Duran Jr. Who else? And I think that's about it, man. No. I apologize, man. It's my boy, Keith Hunter. Keith Hunter, we call him the Bounty Hunter, man. Hey, listen.
Oh yeah, we watched that.
Hey, listen. That I would give. Hey, would y'all give him the fight of the night?
Oh yeah, well, first and foremost, we giving you the fight of the night.
Yeah.
It didn't matter what happened.
We was there for you.
You feel me? But your boy did some work.
Hey,
we stayed up late. It was late out there.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
late.
And see, look, there we was, I want to say 2
hours behind.
Yeah, 2 hours behind. Yeah. But yeah, man, Keith, man, hey, the Bounty Hunter, man, he was, hey, listen, look, and it was so intense, man. Like, you know, you got all these guys, man, all these egos, man, like
So it was a great showcase, man.
Man,
Real,
it was
long event, but a great showcase.
Yeah,
Long event, but a great showcase.
It was nice, man.
Already. All right, so yeah. Like we said, preparing for your opponent.
Okay.
In this fight.
Prepare for my opponent, man.
What was you expecting?
The first or second fight?
The
first
fight. Yeah,
oh no. Sorry, the second fight.
Second fight.
We touched on the first one a little bit.
We knew, okay, my management team, you know, that picked the guy, we knew that, okay, they said, like, listen, okay, we got a guy that's 1-0, just like you. He's coming to fight. He's pretty durable. His exact words. I said, okay. He coming to fight. So, I give these people a good show there. He ain't gonna just be a guy that, I'm just coming to collect some money, man, you know. And he really don't too much care about, if you win or lose, but you just come to collect the money. Nah, this guy coming to fight. So, that right there in itself should make for a good show. Versus, a guy that, might not, be so sure of himself and he get in there and he just, tense up and, a knockout just coming like the first or second round. Right. Now this guy came to fight. So, I was during training camp, our game plan was to box. Cause my camp, during they looked at my first fight. They seen I was a puncher. They said I had a lot of power behind me. And once I got to camp and I got to sparring, they seen the power, they seen the speed, they seen the toughness. So they was like, okay, that's what we gonna do. We're gonna box. We're gonna, we're gonna establish the jab, defense, instead of, dishing out a lot of punches, we're gonna work on, the skills. We're gonna work on boxing. We're gonna box first, and then if we see opening, then we're gonna take it. We're not just gonna get in there and just get the slug and go toe to toe. Fight the opponent's fight. So that's what we worked on, and we went in there and we capitalized on it, man. He couldn't do nothing. Like first round, we filled him out. Threw jabs at him, man. My reach is 77 and a half inches. And so I was touching him with the jab, man. He couldn't get in. He wanted to get in. He wanted to, but he couldn't get in. So we kept it, like, we said that if he can't get past your jab in the first round, keep it on him. Keep that stick on all the whole night. You ain't got to make the fight. You don't have to make the fight hard, man. You don't. Don't make the fight hard unless you want the fight to be hard. Right. I left out that fight, man, with not a bruise on my face, man. Not a bruise on my face. And that was because that was good boxing, man. See, people fail to realize, man, the art of boxing, the concept behind boxing is to hit and not get hit. So, and I think I did that. I know I did that. I hit and I didn't get hit. So, I displayed some pretty good boxing skills. Defense, he wanted to rumble a few times, man. He wanted to engage, but I kept him at the end of my jab, and that's what we executed.
You learn anything about yourself in that match, or anything new?
Oh yeah, after the fight, I came back to the crib, flew back to the crib, and I actually went to my mama's house, man, and she still had the fight ordered, so you can keep on playing it back at for like 30 days straight. So a few nights ago, went in her room, sat in there by myself, and I'm just analyzing and just watching everything. Now I will say that I could have threw more punches. I could have let my hands go a little bit more.
Indeed.
I could have. And what's so crazy is in sparring, I let my hands go. Like I probably throw maybe 100-something punches around, man. But that setting, man, it was a big, large crowd. Plus national TV. Everybody watching me. I'm not shy to fight at all. It's just I wanted to be perfect.
That's what we was thinking the first two rounds.
Yeah, I wanted to be perfect. I didn't want to make no mistake.
Yeah, fact.
Yeah. That's understandable.
Yeah. Versus in sparring, that's the place where you can make your mistakes.
Right.
That's the place where you can make your mistakes, man. In sparring, man, in the gym, man. You make all your mistakes in the gym, and then come showtime, it's perfect time.
Right.
But that's a learning experience, man. Now, because the big lights and flashy cameras and the thousands in the crowd, But, you know, now that I got that under my belt, man, you know, the next time I fight, man, you know, I'll be used to it. So it's all about experience, man. It's all about experience.
All right.
Experience the best teacher.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break. Before we do, though, I gotta ask you. Finish this for me.
Yeah.
If I wasn't a boxer, I would be
A rapper.
All right, we need 3 bars right now.
Hey,
We need 3 bars right now.
hey.
You put me on the spot, man.
Yep.
Nah, I like that answer. Don't try to change it now, right?
3 bars right now.
Listen, y'all. Hey, I got some unreleased G man in the computer too. I'm gonna give him some, but if you got the right price, you can get it in about. If you got the right price, you can get it in about. All right, man. We're gonna take this quick break, man. We're gonna be right back, man. We're gonna do our last segment. This is the MVP show. Thanks for staying tuned in this long, y'all. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Welcome back to the MVP show, episode 9 here with Gerald McClellan Jr. Man, we got to get ready to wrap it up and send him on his way, but we just gonna do a few more questions for him, and we gonna talk about the future of Son of G, man, S.O.G.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said you got a fight coming up. You got 2 of them coming up.
Yeah, actually, yep.
So first one is in June, you said?
Okay, first one is in June. Now these some local fights, man. You know, just to, you know, we building my record up, man. We
That mean come out.
you know,
That's June 11th.
we coming out hard, man. Hard, and like for the first year, this year I got 6 fights lined up, man. My bad, y'all.
Good, you're a busy man.
Busy.
So for the first year, man, I'm gonna have at least like 6-0, 6 wins, man. You know this, man. You know for the first year, so you know we're gonna do that. Then okay, so my next fight is June 11th. That's gonna be in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and then after that, July 16th, that's gonna be in Jefferson, Wisconsin. So, man, you know, like, and the promoter that I'm in tune with, man, like, you know, we got a little relationship to where, you know, any show that he put on locally, you know, he putting me on there. You know, he providing the platform, you know, for me to, you know, showcase my skills, man, and, you know, bring out all my supporters, man, you know. And you know it's a good look for him as well too, man.
Yeah, he got to make you the main event on this one, cause I'm gonna tell you, I went to the first one after you left, cause hey, after you fought, you about empty. You heard me?
Nobody in it.
You heard me? You about empty, so you gotta be main event. You gotta keep them spectators in there the whole joint. You feel me?
Straight.
Yeah, the whole joint. All right, so the short term goal.
I heard him.
Your short term goals right now is, you feel me? You got the 6 fights this year. You of course go 6-0.
Yep.
That'll be your record up to 7-0. Long term goals. What you want out of this?
Man, listen, man. I just like right now, man. I know the fame and the money. I know that's gonna come. That's a given, man. You know that's gonna come. So I ain't even worried about that, man. I'm just, you know, focused on, you know, being this public, you know, positive, you know, example of, you know, being this public. My bad, y'all. Being this public positive example of, you know, to my community, and showing them that it's a way to, you know, continue to do whatever it is that you want to do, and you know you ain't gotta be subject to have them hard thoughts to yourself, as far as like, man, time running out, man. I don't know, man. I don't know if I got it. I don't know if I got what it takes. I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if I could do that. Nah, man. Sure. Listen, you listen. We only place the hard limitations on ourselves, man. Can't nobody else place them limitations on ourselves, man. Ain't no limit, man. None.
All right. Now look, now I'm gonna ask you a tough question. All right. Now, we both was in Freeport around the same time, in the streets around the same time. I can say definitely most of the kids in Freeport, you know what I mean, that's involved in the extracurriculars right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of them that's out here in the streets, that's out here doing whatever they doing. I know a lot of them look up to you and have for a long time. You just before you was a legend in the ring, you was a legend in the streets.
Yeah.
You feel me? You kind of, you know what I mean, took the back road now, and you a positive role model.
Yeah.
What would you say to these kids that's, you know what I mean, glorifying you in your street life compared to actually glorifying you, turn your life around doing what you doing now?
Man, I would say that, you know, to the younger generation, man, like it's change is good, man. Don't never try to be, you know, the same. Like, you know, it's always room for improvement, man, especially when it comes to life, man. Like, always try to improve in life, you know, and evolve, man. Like, you know, it's this saying, man, that I have with me, man. Whenever you growing, you living, man. When you stop growing, you dying. So, like, you know, if you stand stagnant, man, in one place, you know, and you ain't blossoming, you know, you ain't got no evolution to you, man. Like, you know, what is you doing? Like, you know, it's. I used to be on them corners, man. I used to be posting in front of the store, man. You know, we used to be posting in front of the store, man. We, you know, used to, you know, go to the parties and do this and do that, man, and like
you a lot so. Hey, you pointed at me. You a lot so more than me. I had to be home. My mama wasn't playing.
You was there a little bit, you know. After hours, you know. After hours, you know. You was able to, you know, come to that one party, but then after that, you know, hey, we ain't see Cuz, man. Cuz, I'm like, man, where Cuz go, man? Oh yeah, he couldn't make it to the other after set, man. You know,
the other after set.
Hey, he couldn't make it to the after party, man.
Trying to get to the first joint.
So like, you know, my advice, you know, cause listen, okay, throughout life, man, all we have is experiences, man. Experience is the best teacher there is, man. You know, cause like, you know, your father, your mother, your older brother, older sister could tell you something. You know, somebody that you look up to could tell you something, man. But it ain't nothing like having that own experience that you done went through yourself. Yep. You know, so, you know, and I got a lot of experience, man. And, you know, with that experience came, you know, me bumping my head a lot of times, man. So, you know, if anybody even look my way and say, oh man, you know, he did this, he did that, you know, as far as, you know, in a positive light, man, you know, like, man, I want to kind of like, you know, watch him and look up to him and something like, man, if you do look up to me in any type of way, or you do follow me in any type of way, man, follow this, man, look up to this, man.
If they followed you then, they can follow you now.
Man, like, man, it's, hey,
like,
listen, it's a
real shit.
It's a right way and it's a wrong way to do anything, man. And like what I'm doing right now, like what I did before was the wrong way to lead, man. Now, this is the right way to lead, man. Doing something positive, man. Giving back to the community, man. Making the community, man, you know, support and love something that's positive, man, that's part of the journey, man. That's what, you know, that motivates me when I see everybody repost something that I'm doing that's positive, man. Like, they ain't, you know, as far as like, you know, social media and the rappers, man, that, you know, all the younger generations look up to, man, and they putting this and putting that in their raps, man, and, you know, the younger generation is going off that and looking up to that and trying to I guess live out them rap lyrics, man, you know, that the rappers ain't even living, man. Right. Like, you know, like if
no.
If you gon' you know, follow something, man, let it be real, let it be organic, man. Don't let it be a lie. You know, because this is what I'm doing right now, man. This where I just came from, man. The things that I've done, man. You know, that all them was like, man. Everything was real, man. Now me transitioning you know, to this right here, and you know, putting on for my town, man. You know that support me unconditionally, man. That's what's up, man. Like everything else, man, that ain't even.
Yeah. Like I said to you earlier off cam, you feel me? 15 years ago, if somebody said you was making an impact, they automatically assume it was negative.
Yeah.
Now, 15 years later, you know what I mean? Here we is today. You making an impact,
man.
And it's all positive.
Damn
You
right.
feel me?
Damn right.
Man.
Like look. When I seen you in the Virgin Islands, boy, and I seen that water, I ain't never even seen the ocean myself.
Clear water.
You feel me? I seen that water, boy, that motivated me. You feel me? I appreciate you for that, for real, because it's motivation to have been out here with you, to see where it was started, to see where it was headed, and to see where you took it. You feel me?
And that's like when I was over there, man, like it changed my whole perception on just life. On just like it's more like this gonna always be home. 815 always gonna be my home, always. You know, I'm always come back here after a fight. My pops did. I'm always come back after a fight. I'm always on TV, wherever I am, training camp here, there. I'm always say shout out to 815. I'm always do that, man, because home is where the heart is, man. But at the same time, man, my heart is in this boxing, man, and my heart is here with y'all. So, you know, that's what it is, man.
Shit, we with you in spirit, man. We here. We behind you.
We just wanted to get you in here to get your flowers, cuz.
Thank you, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
Feel me?
I appreciate y'all.
After 3-0,
appreciate y'all.
We gonna have to bring you back in here.
Oh yeah,
indeed.
Yeah,
4-0, 5-0. We
yeah.
Indeed.
You feel me? We gonna keep rocking with you.
Yeah.
You feel me? The whole time. Alright, y'all, this is the MVP show. This was episode 9, man. We brought y'all royalty like I told y'all we was gonna do.
Champ.
You feel me? Y'all, like, share, subscribe, watch. Get somebody else that ain't watched one yet. Get them to come on board and watch one. You feel me? Because we gonna keep bringing you that fire.
Before you cut us off, where can they find you at? Give them all your social handles.
Oh, okay. I'm on Facebook, King G-Man McClellan. That's my Facebook handle. Instagram, I got my Instagram up, man. My Instagram, Gerald McClellan Jr. _ S.O.G. All one word. Gerald McClellan Jr. _ S.O.G. And you know, I'm selling merchandise, man. Hats, hoodies, T-shirts. I got the S.O.G. T-shirt on right now. Got the S.O.G. T-shirt on right now. Me and my father, man, son of Gerald.
Flame.
You know.
Straight.
I can't wait to get mine.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, man. We definitely like we pumping those, man. We got those selling, man. So you know,
that's on the website, right?
Yeah. And my website, GeraldMcClellanJr.com, man. Got that on the website, man. So you know, man. Hey, I'm doing everything for y'all, man. It's bigger than me, so I can't even say I'm just doing this for myself. I'm continuing on the legacy. You know, this bigger than me, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Julius Jackson, my manager. Shout out to my coach, my second father, Julian Jackson. Shout out to my second coach, Coach Randy. Man, shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Aries Entertainment Agency, man. Joe. Mike, man, shout out to all y'all, man. Shout out to my sponsors, Revs Up, Revolutionary Supplements, Title Boxing, Cryptocurrency Agency, man, that sponsored me also, man. Shout out to everybody, man.
I'm ready.
Let's get it.
Y'all heard it here first, man. Peace out, y'all. Love each other, love yourselves. Y'all know what it is. The MVP show.
Let it inspire you.
Yeah, you already know what time it is. I see you train. Let's get it. The MVP. Yeah. The MVP. The MVP. They envy me. Cause I'm MVP. We got the news straight from the source. We got the tea. Yeah, we got the tea. We on the field. We on the court. We in the street. Yeah, we in the street. The MVP. The MVP. They envy me. Cause I'm MVP. Yeah, we got the news straight from the source. We got the tea, yeah, we got the
Waste time compete with me, that'd have been left light years away from my competitors. My team in front, can't nobody step ahead of us. Kiss the ring, we cut from kings, that's who breaded us. Nigga, even Stevie can see that I'm in a league of my own. He don't need to see the norm on top of the throne. I don't need Kush or lean to jump in my zone. Every time you niggas is looking mean, I'm packing my chrome. Sorta arrogant, a little cocky, but your bitch love to watch me. Get her to top me, stretch her out while she calling me Poppy. Used to be on top, now you getting, used to be on top, now you niggas is lame and sloppy. Diamonds to the chain, it rains, and my wrists all rocky. I say,
Are y'all recording this?
I am. I did. I got it.
We got the news straight from the source. We got the tea. Yeah, we got the tea. We on the field. We on the court. We in the street. Yeah, we in the street. The MVP. The MVP. They envy me. Cause I'm MVP. Yeah. We got the news straight from the source. We got the tea. Yeah, we got the tea. We on the field. We on the court. We in the streets. Yeah, we in the streets. Look.